Yeah, what's up, guys? Today, this is a letter to Coach Red Pill. Yeah, this is a letter to Coach Red Pill. And today I'm going to be talking about game. And the reason why I'm going to be talking about, I can't teach the game man game, but, let me just spit out what I want to, let me say what I want to say. What I want to say is that I think the best person who is in the right position to teach game on YouTube and every internet platform right now, is Coach Red Pill. Yes, and I want to how can I want to persuade him. You know, I don't want to. I can't beg him. This is something that is probably going to make money from him. So it's just an advice. An advice to a teacher. I've learned a lot from him as well. So that he is the right person to teach anything about dating online. And the reason why I'm saying this is that I can say it that 98% of all the dating coaches on YouTube, they are teaching nonsense. They are teaching crap, bullshit, and nonsense. I discovered the pickup community back then in 2015, 14 stroke 15, and I tried out a lot of their techniques, and they are all bullshit. Mm? And the one I eventually discovered to have improved my game just a little bit, but if I've got some games naturally. After reading that book, I got some improvements in some areas, but a bad improvement. It got me worse in some other areas. So I can't really say that book written by that Nigerian was really provide any solution. That's number one, and that name is named Bangrul or something. But well, other books that I've read written by white people as well, that has been worse. They are always misleading, giving out. They are selling false dreams. And the reason why I say they are selling false dreams is that none of their technique works. That's number one. And secondly, is that they are trying to sell this. Do away with women, focus on your purpose, focus on your hustle. That is what men want to hear. When men don't want to be called a misogynist, but they want to exude that hatred toward women, right? These are the women that they are looking for. They claim, most men are acting like women, saying a different thing, acting in a different way, you know saying something logical but acting with emotion. They said they want to learn about women so that they can have more women, but they are looking for a coach that is going to badmouth women to them. They don't want someone who is going to tell them what actually works or soften the women for them to have them. No. If you're telling them that, no, they are not going to buy it. They're not going to buy it. But I don't want to mention decent coaches on this channel. But I am telling you, Coach Red Pill, that none of all these none of them know about women as much as you do. That's number one. And actually, I about my game with women, I found a solution back then in 2017. Back then in 2017, I got to, I looked back into my journey of, chasing women, and, all this approach and game, practicing my game. And I was able to figure out what my problem actually was then, and I fixed it. But I can't explain it. I couldn't explain it as at then. I couldn't explain it, but I can get the women. Go out there, get the women. I know where to get the women. I know the steps to take to find the easy targets of women that I would get. Of course, that's things about life. You have to, even in business, you have to find the market, find the right market. Don't just go around throwing your money in every other businesses, right? So just the same thing with your energy and every other women on the street out there. So in short, the point I'm trying to make is that I think instead of, don't let me go into that, I think you should compile all your lessons, all your coachings about women, compile it into a book and sell it. Number one, it is going to sell very well. And number two, a lot of your Coach Red Pill subscribers are going to be interested in watching it. So write it. I know you don't want to be, you don't want to be addressed as a normal, just a common dating coach, but someone who talk about life in general. But it doesn't matter, and that can be a way to compensate you. That can be a way to get a natural compensation for the demonetization of your Coach Red Pill channel. But the point is, I think you have what it takes to write the right dating book. There is no dating book. There is no correct and the right dating book. There is none. The game doesn't work. Mystery method nonsense. And the only one that seems to be able to talk a little bit about, and the reason why I said all of them don't work is because they were talking about approach method. They were talking about, all these last minute resistance, pulling back, raising interest, date flaking, and all these things. But they were not talking about social status. They were not talking about belonging to a social group and making every other member of that social group to want you. They are not doing all these things. But and when you are not doing all these things, you don't belong to the group that your target woman belong to or matter to her. And those people around you are not finding you charming, or they are not finding you interesting enough to want to curry your favor or to want to be around you. Of course, you are going to be doing too much. You're going to be overworking yourself before you eventually get the woman. And that is even if you are going to get her at the end of the day. So that is what I'm going to say. I think you should write a book, and it's surely going to be a successful one. Your subscribers are going to buy it. That one is sure. And I can tell you that it will go far beyond your subscribers. Far beyond your subscribers. And it might end up becoming the game, or it can end up getting bigger than the game. Well, I don't know how the game, how Nelstros has been able to make his millions through his book, but maybe through some marketing was the name. But I think you can write something better, because all Nelstros wrote, there's really nothing about social status there, and that's the dynamite for women. That's the dynamite that's bomb their hearts, bomb their thinking faculty, and will make them succumb to whatever you have brought to them. But well, anyway, but there's no dating coach who really know about the science. Don't let me say the science, the real psychology of women, as Coach Red Pill out there. Coach Red Pill is the only one who really know this thing. But dishing out these tips one after the other is not going to connect. It's not going to connect that knowledge to each other in such a way that it will be useful for your subscribers. So it is better you compile it together as a book, so that they can read everything, and you will be doing your videos. And while doing your videos will be explaining more about what is in your book. That's number one. And some other things that that you were unable to explain through text, through body language and your voice and your demonstration in video, you will be able to explain some of them more. So that's what I think. I think you should write a dating book, Coach Red Pill, Gonzalo Lira. That's my opinion. I hope you give it a thought.